Are you looking for the best garden hoses? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best garden hoses on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. ZeroG Ultra Flexible Durable Garden Hose. After testing over 40 garden hoses, the ZeroG garden hose remains our favorite. If you've ever struggled to use or move a bulky, heavy hose around your outdoor space like me, you'll especially love this lightweight, under 4 pounds, 100-foot hose. We tested it for 6 months with almost daily use, including watering the grass and flower beds, filling up a hot tub, and clearing off our deck, and this hose is proven to be a durable, splurge-worthy gardening tool. During our initial testing in our outdoor lab, we were impressed with how easy it was to coil or uncoil. After connecting it to a spigot, winding it on a hose reel, and pulling it through our testing environment, we thought this hose was well worth the higher price tag versus other hoses that didn't perform as well. The lead-free couplings are designed to be crush-proof under loads up to 900 pounds. Plus, we loved how easily the hose connected to the spigot and felt its overall design was sleek compared to other options on the market. I will point out that this hose is not best for colder climates, as it is only rated for temperatures above 35 degrees Fahrenheit, which is slightly higher than most of the other hoses in this list. However, this is our favorite hose for most scenarios and should hold up for many gardening seasons to come. Number 2. Briggs & Stratton Garden Hose. The sturdiness and durability of this Briggs & Stratton hose blew me away during testing, and the nice price for such a strong hose makes it easily my best budget option. I used this hose to water my New Jersey garden beds, dragging it across the concrete and gravel patio, and it never punctured or reduced the water pressure, miraculously. I had no issues getting this attached to our spigot in a matter of seconds and getting well on our way to watering tomatoes, cucumbers, and herbs. The hose didn't kink at all, and when I noticed a knot while reeling it back up on the hose reel, it unraveled super easily thanks to its thick, reinforced rubber build. I will say that this is quite a heavy, cumbersome hose weighing 10 pounds. Winding it on a hose reel will solve the problem of having too much to drag around, although this got a bit caught up on my tiny hose reel. This hose delivers steady water pressure after an initial adjustment period and is ideal for tough environments like patios or rock gardens. Number 3. Giraffe Tools Garden Hose. For a very lightweight 100-foot hose, barely 7 pounds, I love the Giraffe Tools Garden Hose. We dragged this hose around our driveway, patio, and yard with ease, and it performed well during a variety of tasks. It was hooked up to a sprinkler and hose timer to keep our garden watered, connected to a hose nozzle to water plants, and even connected to a misting fan to help keep us and our dog cool. This hose has a comfortable handle, sometimes called a collar, on each end that swivels and can be lined up over the coupling, which helps you thread and unthread it easily. This makes it much gentler on your fingers than it would be if you had to thread and unthread the nickel-plated brass coupling itself. I think this feature is especially useful if you use your hose for a variety of purposes and have to remove it often from a sprinkler, nozzle, wand, or timer. The collars do slide down the hose and need to be repositioned at times, but we didn't find it much of a hassle. While admittedly, this hose was a little too long for our everyday needs and kinked once or twice, it was super easy to wind onto a hose reel for storage. We also liked that it was long enough if we ever needed to water our front porch plants, which we would never attempt doing with a heavier hose we've used in the past. If you need a smaller hose, we like that it's available in a range of sizes from 2.5 to 100 feet. Number 4. Bionic Steel Garden Hose. If, like me, you've run the gamut of hoses, I think a stainless steel option could be worth a try. They're surprisingly flexible and tangle-free, which are just some of the reasons we love the Bionic Steel Metal Garden Hose. One of our favorite features of this, after testing it, is the segmented, metal design, which makes it flexible and kink-resistant. The metal feels heavy-duty, and we were confident using it across a wood deck and concrete that it wouldn't puncture or break, though the hose itself might get hot if stored in direct sun, so keeping it in a deck box would be a good solution. The water pressure remained steady at all times, regardless of how the hose was maneuvered or positioned. When we installed it on a reel on a third-story deck, it performed just as well despite a nearly 90-degree turn as it hung over the edge. Though this hose has limited flexibility, it's metal. After all, we felt it was flexible enough for our lawn and garden tasks. We think it coils more easily than a lot of other rubber hoses. When installed on a hose reel, it reeled up and dispensed very nicely. I do like that it comes with a spray nozzle, but it isn't the best we've tried. It's plastic and very basic, but you can add your own nozzle if you want something more sturdy. Number 5. Stanley Fatmax Professional Grade Water Hose. If you want a hose that feels heavy-duty but is also flexible and easy to store, you'll love the Stanley Fatmax Professional Grade Water Hose. At 14.37 pounds, the 100-foot hose is one of the heaviest on our list. Despite its length and weight, we were able to manually coil up the hose and store it on a hose stand, even without the help of a reel. We also noticed no wear and tear on the hose when dragging it around our property. Like our best lightweight pick, the Giraffe Tools Garden Hose, this hose has a collar or handle that makes it easy to grip and thread onto the spigot or watering attachments. We found it easier to thread than other hoses we've used without it in the past. However, we did find it a little harder to unthread on the spigot and worry that struggling with the aluminum coupling over time might cause durability issues. Although it's easy to maneuver empty, we did find the hose pretty heavy when full, so this is something to keep in mind. Also, it's only available in bright yellow. While this can add a pop of color to your landscape and make it easy to spot, I think this color isn't ideal if you are looking for something that blends in better with your yard.